Hey everybody, what's going on here? So, I am in Kutna Hora, Czech Republic here, and yeah, I got to see the Bone Church is what it's called. But anyway, yeah, it's to give you some perspective, it's about a 50-minute train ride from Prague. So I took a train, 50 minutes, got here at the Kutna Hora main train station, and then my hotel was about a 36-minute walk. There are buses I could have taken, but at the time it was just a little confusing. But I think if you take I think there's like the 801 bus and some other bus that'll take you straight to the chapel or to the center of the town. But anyway, yeah, so I got here earlier today and checked in my hotel and everything was cool. And yeah,
at the roundabout, take the first exit.
I'll have to show you what it looks like. Is what you get for 56 bucks. So anyway, I'm glad I moved from that bus station, that bus stop, because I thought that would have been embarrassing if they thought, oh, you're taking the bus, but you're kind of talking. But anyway. So anyway, yeah, I'm here, and I'm gonna try to. Well, they tell you on the website you can't take pictures of the bones and stuff, just out of respect for the dead, you know. I mean, I was gonna try to sneak, but I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want to stir up any bad stuff there, so I don't want to make anybody angry. So I'm just gonna respect that. But anyway, I mean, I can show you the ticket. I'll show you you guys the ticket to prove I was there, but I think you would believe me though. I wouldn't lie. I mean, but anyway, I'll do what I can. All right, just to give you a lay of the land there. So there in the background, those three spears you see over there, I'm gonna focus just a bit. I'm assuming that's it, but it's down the street though. And then right over there, over yonder is apartments, and then there's a grocery store. So there we are, yeah. So I'm just gonna take a walk down here and see what we got going on. So across the street. One thing I'm noticing about the Czech Republic, man, the drivers are kind of like outrageous, man. Not as bad as LA drivers, but almost got ran over a few times in Prague, you know. So you just gotta watch your wits, if you will, you know. Just keep don't assume they're gonna stop for you. They won't. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's like a worldwide epidemic of just crazy drivers. Everyone's just in a hurry for nothing, you know. I don't know what it is. I'm just glad I'm not driving. Oh my gosh, what a relief, you know. Who wants to drive like in LA traffic right now? I wouldn't. Well, maybe right now it's probably like 5 in the morning or something. I don't know. It's like 3 a.m. there or something. So I'm just assuming it's just gonna follow this backpacker. I think he's on his way there too, in the background there. So on my way to the chapel here. I think they close at 6, hopefully not 4. So I'm at the front right here, and as you can see the skulls right there. That means that's the bone chapel. So I'm gonna go right in. Here we go. So here we go. This is the bone chapel cemetery here. Bought my ticket on the kiosks there. They give you 2 options, so you can buy your ticket online, and then if you don't, you can buy it at the kiosk. So I'm gonna wait now to the entrance, and here we are. Let me put the camera over here. Yeah, so I just got done looking at the bone chapel, basically, and yeah, it's kind of smaller than I expected. But wow, what a display. I mean, I'll put a link up on like the history of it and everything. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer you can't take pictures inside. I don't know, I might try to, I mean, I'm sure others have snuck in. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that you know, I totally get it why you can't take pictures and stuff. But anyway, let me fade out here. And you go in there and basically you buy a ticket at the kiosk there, like I was saying earlier. And yep, I got in just at the nick of time. It was 4:30, and that's the price, 220 Czech crowns. So yeah, and they do the 1048, so that's what the rough estimate is there. And yeah, I guess you can get them online. You can just walk right in. If not, just buy it at that kiosk right there. They only accept Visa and MasterCard, so that's another thing with the Czech Republic, and I would say generally Europe is, with as far as credit cards go, Visa and MasterCard are it. I'm an Amex user, and I love those Delta. I have my Delta Sky Miles I like to collect, but No, they're not. The only time I've had at work, my Amex card work is like at McDonald's or big chain places like hotels and stuff. But that's it. I tried it at the grocery store a couple of times and nope, didn't work. So that's the big thing. So if you're an Amex user or you have Delta as your loyalty, Sky Miles type of thing, points and everything, kiss that goodbye when you're in Europe, because most of the time your Amex card would not get accepted. Only for major retail establishments, maybe major restaurants, or if you're purchasing stuff online. Like I can buy, book hotels, I can buy Flixbus tickets, train tickets, but anything else, like just general, if you decide to use your credit card just to rack up the miles, or your points, forget it, with Amex. So it's mostly a Visa and MasterCard type of establishment here in Europe. I think Italy's even worse than Amex. France is a little friendlier, but it's a hit or miss usually. But I would say, it was kind of worth it, I've always wanted to see this bone chapel, and I always keep missing it all the time every time I've been in Prague, and it's one of those afterthoughts. Like I come out here and it's like, I'll visit it one day. I'm like, let me just do it. It's just so easy to get sidetracked in Prague or other stuff and everything, but it's like, you just gotta do it, man. So I did it. I recommend it. Yeah, at least once, I'm gonna try to go back and talk to them and maybe over email and say, hey, if I can come out and like have a shoot out there, like a live shoot. There is a way you can, like if you want to film and in there and stuff, you have to get permission and everything like that, which is understandable. But I'm gonna just see if, like, hey, I got a small YouTube channel, I'm looking at maybe interview you or whoever works there, and just to and see what they say, But and that'll be in the future though, a future video. Maybe this year if I decide to stay out here. Man, I wish I could stay out here. I love the Czech Republic. It's just so old world, old Europe, It's nice to be out here. I'm glad I made the trip. I was a little doubtful, but I'm glad it's working out, So I just had to get out of Los Angeles. I just couldn't handle it anymore. It's just too much with gas prices and just everything skyrocketing. It's just too much. After a while, you just kind of just like get numb. I mean, not numb, but it's just like, I don't know. It just gets annoying, It's just, I don't know. I just like I've lost so much. I just being out here, you're forced to walk, and it's just like refreshing, I don't have to drive. I don't have to put gas in my car. I don't have to worry about, is my car gonna get vandalized? There's no anxiety, Sorry that I keep moving my camera. I'm using my phone right now. I'm not using my regular camera, my pocket camera. It's because I left such a last minute. I didn't buy any SD cards, but I have a plan though. I'm gonna just kind of recycle some footage. I mean, old SD cards I have that have footage on them. I'm just gonna back up that footage. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just gonna back it up, because that's the thing. A lot of people clean out their SD cards and they call it recycling it. They dump it, dump the footage. Never do that. I was taught when I was in film school, not like a big fancy schmancy film school, but like at Los Angeles City College, their film program, one of my old instructors said, always keep your SD cards, always keep that footage, because you never know when you're going to need it later on, because I get it. SD cards can be expensive, but and then if you're on a budget and you want to save money and all that, yes, people do that to save money, because it adds up after a while. But other than that though, he has a point, because the thing is, let's say like you're on a shoot and you needed the footage, but you can't because you dumped it, or let's say you had a terrible DIT person or an editor who didn't back up their footage, then you're kind of screwed, and you just lost that footage. You have to redo another reshoot. So that's the thing. Let's say like you're in a pinch and you couldn't get an SD card, you couldn't afford it or something, back it up. That's what I always do. That's what I learned from editing classes that I've taken in the past. Back up that footage, back it up to your desktop, back it up to your hard drive, back it up to, most importantly, back it up to an external hard drive, like a external. Do that first, and back it up to your desk. This is what I do. I'd back it up like 3 or 4 times. I back it up to my hard drive, my external hard drive, and then I back it up to the desktop at least, and that way I got 2 of those done, plus the SD card, because you just never know if you can, if that footage, you say you're trying to transfer it over and it gets corrupted, or let's say you need that footage in the future, you know, or something happens, you got a backup. Always back it up. Or let's say like your stuff gets stolen or it gets lost or destroyed. You don't want to, you trust me, it's painful losing footage. I mean, I think it happened to me once. I lost like a few shots and that was painful enough. No, actually I lost a bunch of shots when I was in Italy a few years back in Verona or Torino. I think it was. I thought I lost my SD card, or I think I lost it. I don't remember, but it was painful. I was like, crap, I lost all that footage, man. You know. But don't be that guy, or don't be that person. All right, I'm gonna cross the street, and hopefully I do not get run over. Because I hate these roundabouts. Okay, I made it. I didn't get run over. Okay. All right, so yeah, just walking. So we're gonna go to this chapel. I'm gonna check out this chapel over here. And also, there's like some science fiction museum around here somewhere too that I'm gonna want to check out. So science fiction stuff is always fascinating. Fascinating, they say. So I'm gonna check that out, because why not? I'm in Kutna Hora. Kutna Hora, I think that's how you pronounce it. Like, hey, Kutna Hora. But yes, this is the Czech Republic, everybody. The Czech Republic. My Slavic accent there. Czech Republic. It's nice to be back though. I love Slavic culture. I just love the women are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love and everything. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's something in the air, the water. Slavic beauty of women right here. This is refreshing. Wow. And not to be like a male chauvinist or nothing like that. I'm not like that or nothing like. I'm just when I'm in Prague here, and it's when I was in Prague, I went to like a local college library, like kind of like an offshoot of. I don't know if it was Charles University. It was like a library near the, kind of near the Charles Bridge. And yeah, like most of the students were women pretty much. And like, and they're all wearing like dresses up, you know, in various sizes, like either to their ankles or like slightly above their knees. And then I saw like a couple of girls that were dressed like, you know, they had stylish, they had shorts and, you know, kind of looked like they were goth, you know. But I was like, wow, I've never seen so many women dressed up with like dresses, you know. It's just kind of refreshing after coming from Cannes, the film festival, you know, when all the girls are just kind of dressed very revealing, you know. And then coming from places like LA, you know, and it's like, you know, girls are wearing nothing or tights or stuff, you know. And I mean, yeah, it's nice to see if you're a straight guy, you know. Everybody likes to see some eye candy, you know. But after a while, man, you're just, and when you see it, and you see it on social media, after a while, you just kind of get burned out, man. You're like, oh, here we go, another girl wearing revealing clothes and, you know, showing out her goodies, you know. I don't know, maybe it's just the old man in me. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's nice, you know, I'm not going to complain. It's nice to look at, but after a while, you're just like, you know what? Put on some clothes, man. Come on. But that's just me, man. And I know I'm going to get hell in the comments, but I don't care. You know. But, you know, I might just, that's why I don't bother with the comments. That's why I just close it down. I don't want to deal with drama. I got enough drama in my life already. I just don't worry with it, man. But anyway, let's see. We're gonna cross the street again here. So yeah, here's a little shot here. This is the church right there. All right, closed for this year. Alright, let's see if I can go in. I don't know if it's like closed or somewhat closed here. Let's see, it looks like they're doing some work in here. Let's see here. Alright, let's see what it says. Okay, everybody, yeah, so I was able to get some footage in there, and yeah, I try not to film a lot in churches just to kind of show a little respect and stuff, but they're also kind of working in there too, doing some like electrical work and all that, so just kind of sitting in the chapel there kind of killed the reverence, that jackhammer or whatever machine they're using there, drill. But yeah, they're doing a little work in there, so maybe I'll come back in the future and, you know, everything would be fully renovated, I guess. But yeah, it was cool. And also too, I didn't know this, right when I went inside, the worker there asked for a ticket. She's like, ticket, and I'm like, ticket. I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so the bone chapel, and then this chapel, well, you buy your ticket at the bone chapel for the bone entrance to the bone chapel, and it's good for this chapel too, for this little church, for this church here. So that's what you do. So I would say go to the bone chapel first, buy tickets, and then come over here to this chapel across the street, and then you can get in for free. So I guess it covers it both. So, or maybe you buy your ticket here too, and then go to the bone chapel, and it covers that ticket. I don't know. But anyway, that's I wasn't not expecting that, but good. So I got to visit a few things, and I'm only here for just like one night. I'm not going to be here like a week or nothing like that. I'm probably going to head back to Prague tomorrow, or Brno, B-R-N-O, a little smaller Czech town that's a little further away. I mean, from here about 2 hours away, I think. I've been there before. It's not a whole lot. I mean, I was there and it rained, and this was, gosh, when was I there? 2018, so it's been a minute since I've been there. So, but I might go back, and then Friday night I'm leaving to go to Paris to hang out with Jenya. Even though I'm trying to avoid Paris because it's so expensive, man. Everything's expensive. That's why I like to come out here to Central and Eastern Europe, because things are cheaper. Yeah, things are a little outdated, but things are dang cheaper, man. I'm just gonna walk down here. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk down here and just kind of take it all in here. I don't know, it's just cheaper, and it's like, I don't know. I think I'd like to go to Hungary. That's where I'd like to go, is Budapest. And just have like a good, like, hearty meal. That's what I want. See, I'm putting the camera down. I want people to think I'm filming them, because people get all weird and stuff and all that. So I'm just gonna put it up again. Okay. So there we go. There's the buses, a lot of buses. So I'm assuming you can take buses from Prague to here and all that, but always remember, when you take a bus, you're on their time. And you better not miss that bus, because you'll get left behind, which is not cool. And you'll lose your money too. I don't know how friendly the Czech people are, but I know when I was in, I might have told this story before, when I was in Iceland, I was on a bus tour. We did the whole circle tour where you see like the waterfalls and the geysers and all that stuff. And yeah, I remember, so the guy telling us, like, be on time, don't get left behind. These group from Chile, these dudes thought like, you know, whatever. And they almost got left behind. So they were not playing. So I don't know how the Czech culture is here, if they're tolerant of that or what, but yeah, don't get left behind. But that's why I just took the train and kind of did it on my own. So now I'm on my time. If I miss the train, it's on me. So my foolishness. Oh, that's a cool little That's a cool little thing right there. I might take a picture of that, actually. We'll take a picture. Alright, so I went ahead and took a photo of that, and I'm going to post it on my social media there. That's the thing, I got to get a social media for my channels here. I have it. I've just been lazy, and just there's always something I don't know. I have a little bit of ADHD, so I just got a lot of stuff that I gotta just try to work on. I got a lot going on, it feels like. So must be the ADHD. Now I haven't been fully like confirmed, ADHD. It's more like I have the symptoms. I haven't went to a doctor or a therapist or like that, but yet, but it's one of those things like, I don't know, I could probably, but yeah, I think I do have it though. Got the symptoms, and they're out there. I'm sure on your social media feeds and friends, family, but yeah, it is what it is. So let's see what else we got here. Yeah, this is Kutna Hora. If you're just joining me here, Czech Republic. It's about an hour from Prague, an hour east of Prague, I would say. And let me see. I haven't fully explored this place, but just little offshoots here. So I don't know, like there's a science fiction museum I was mentioning earlier. I'm gonna go explore, and we'll see how that goes. I think, you can't go bad with a science fiction museum. Any science fiction museum place. I just remember. Now I'm gonna try to go back to my place without using the map, my Google Maps. Let's see if I'm successful with my memory here. Okay. Try not to get run over. Let's see. Okay, so far so good. Let's get back on the main track here. Buddy listening out there. Yeah, roundabout here. Walking through Kutna Hora. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's probably like something totally like pronounced differently. Alright, at it here. The Czech flag there. Background. So, yeah, like I was saying, I was rambling about liking Eastern Europe and Central Europe and all that. Yeah, this is cheaper, man. I just like cheap. If I was a man of means, I wouldn't care, but I'm not a man of means. I am a man of brokenness right now. So, yeah, a little penny counts, man, or euro or something, So, but yeah, be good to see Jenny again. And that's it. I'll hang out there for like 2 days. I'll try to make it to Dunkirk and Lille. Lille is a little town, or I don't even know if it's not right, but it's Lille. Yeah, it's about an hour. Like probably like northeast or northwest of Paris. Cute little French town there. I have a friend, she's from there. I met her at Cannes one year, and she's from there, and she lives in London now with her husband. So I'm gonna ask her and pick her brain and say, hey, what are cool things to visit in Lille? So assuming she like answers my text back or whatever, and then I'm gonna try to make it to Dunkirk. I don't know if you guys seen that movie with what was the director's name? The big director. Anyway, English director. He did Dunkirk. I like that movie. I think I won an Oscar for best sound. The sound was awesome in it too. And yeah, I'm gonna go there. And I did a little reading, and yeah, there are no more sailors alive at all from the Dunkirk recovery thing that happened. I think it was 1940, just off the cuff here. And I think at the time you had to be young. I think they were like 17 or 18-year-old young men, But I think the last sailor passed away in I think it was April of 2026. So just off the cuff there, and I think that person, that veteran was 104 years old or 105. So that's it. There are no more military personnel alive that are involved when Dunkirk happened. So wow, time is flying, man. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make it out there. If I can't make it out there, then I'm gonna try to make it out there somehow. So we'll see how that goes with money and time and all that. So everything's money these days, man. And when you don't have it or have very little of it, it just kind of sucks, man. You're a ghost, you know? You're kind of a ghost, actually. You can't really do anything. And you have to make some major decisions like, do I eat? Or do I put gas in my car? Or do I pay my bills, you know? But I would say always try to do something where, you know, it's a balance. You got to pay some kind of bills. You got to eat something. You got to pay your bills. You got to eat, and you got to like decide what you're going to do. But what I've been doing to save money now is, instead of flying, because I don't know, as of this recording, fuel is out of control. There's a war in Iran and all this stuff, and gas is just out of control. So things are expensive now for flying. The fuel and all that. So I've been taking the bus and I've been taking the train, but sometimes the train is just too freaking expensive. Like what was I doing? I was taking the train from, I don't know, I think it was, gosh, I was in Nice to like Milan. Okay, I should have gotten that on video, but I didn't want to like offend anybody. But no, I saw a car getting towed, and I'm used to seeing like an actual tow truck like towing a car, but in this case the Czech way. And it works. I saw a guy in a minivan, and he had like chains or it looked like a rope towing the car, you know, and the person was in there steering. I guess see, most of the cars out in Europe are manual transmissions. They're not automatics. So all you really have to do is just put it in neutral and steer it, you know, that's all you have to do. And that's what they were doing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that car is following really close. And it turns out, yeah, like they're being towed. So it can be done. You don't really need a tow truck, but you need a manual transmission. Or maybe it works with an automatic. You can put that in neutral too. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I wish I would have gotten that on video there, but you don't want to, you know, you gotta be careful with filming and all that, and there's rules and stuff. So anyway, I just don't want to offend anybody being a foreigner. So, because remember, you're just a tourist. What was I talking about again? So this is the bus station here. I guess like from the train stations, this is like the main train stations here. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go do some shopping and then I'll get back to you. But that's the shopping villa. I mean, it says bill, but it says it's villa right there. Yeah, I went in there earlier today, and yeah, it wasn't too bad, you know. Anyway, yeah, so I went to the Bila, and yeah, they take my Amex, they take American Express. I just read a little sign on the front door what credit cards they take, and yeah, I guess they take Amex. So I don't know if it's just this Bila or if it's all Bilas. So now, yeah, so there's my Hotel Creta